G'day guys, Dom here. So yeah, another late night, another shop update video. Bit of an intense week, did a whole lot of folder stuff, and I also finished up a big batch of keychain cutters that you're going to see a video on in a bit. And tonight what I'm doing is I'm going to be working on this thing. And this is just, you know, it's in work in progress, so ugly as sin. Couldn't be asked shortening any screws for it, so can twist clamps do the trick. But this one's got a really nice lockup, so if I pop the lock on that, deten's good, nice and clicky. And it's kind of awkward with a, like this. Got a nice early lockup if it will focus. There we go. Zoom that in a bit, because obviously we only have the highest professional filming standards here. Ah, focus you fuck. There we go. So probably about a 10% lockup, so plenty of room for the knife to break in, do all that sort of stuff. This is actually the first double hollow grind I've done on a folder, so that was pretty intense. I spent almost 2 hours getting the bevel done on this, which is about twice as long as it usually takes, but it's, I mean, it's bloody perfect. Really happy with it, and it's so thin, like it's nice and thin. It's gonna be a great performer, which is really what I want out of these. Because there's no reason for this thing to be super strong and overbuilt. It's not what it's made for. So yeah, just a lot of folder stuff this week. It's, that being folder stuff, there's just shit everywhere. Prepping for the Melbourne Knife Show, so of course that's also interesting. Over here, if you remember the anvil I talked about before, I did the facing bit of it. That was interesting, learning experience. I got the fly cutter out, and I got a really nice finish on this. So, first time fly cutting anything, and it went really well. I did destroy my insert, which I was kind of expecting, because I did, you know, kind of guess on the feeds and speeds and dick around with it quite a bit, but I got it done. And I'm really happy with the results. I was actually expecting something a lot worse than this, really. So yeah, pretty thrilled with that. And now, because it's all flat, my parts don't rattle on it when I go to center punch it, which is a big plus. No disrespect to the guy that made this. He did it with an angle grinder, which is not really the most efficient tool for it. Like, angle grinders aren't very good at making things perfectly flat. So, not knocking the guy, it's kind of what happens. And for 50 bucks, I mean, that's a steal. Anyway, so that's that. You'll notice that the bench is back. I'm supposed to be painting this at some point. I've taken it apart to paint it, and that's about as far as I got. So at some point when the weather's not shit, I'll put some paint on this just to protect the MDF a little bit. I kind of, what I really should have done is I should have gotten some timber boards or some melamite, something like that, and just had that cut up instead of just painting the MDF, because turns out the paint is a lot more expensive than I thought it was. I was originally planning on just using cheap spray paint, but that plan went to shit, so I got the proper stuff, and it's turning to be quite a bit more expensive than I thought it would be. But yeah, in hindsight, I should have got good wood for that, not bad shit. Anyway, that's that, and the big update for this week is this bad boy. So I had the Sparky rock up on Thursday, and he hooked this thing up, and it's a lot more useful than I thought it'd be. Like, I've played with it a bit over the last 2 days, and he did it with a thingy, a switch basically, so I can run both these machines off the one VFD, which saves a good bit of money. So yeah, this thing is really nice to have. I've done a little bit of a flattening with it, not too much. It's a flat disc, and I really should have gone with a beveled disc, I think, because the way I'm using it, I'm throwing blades on this constantly. Maybe just that I'm not, you know, used to this machine. I haven't done a whole lot with it. I don't know. I'm the same when this was on with the grinders. Like, I grind very aggressively with a lot of pressure. So maybe I have to loosen it up a little bit with the force, but we'll see. But yeah, nice. I also hacked the VFD on this. Well, I didn't hack it. I just changed the speed on it. So this thing goes from 0 to 80 hertz. Which is overkill. Without a doubt, that's going to spin for a while. There is just so much force on this thing. and eventually it'll stop. So that's an 80 hertz, but the main reason I did it was so I could get this thing up to 80 hertz. So this thing is an absolute beast at that speed. It actually gets the ceramic belts more performance because ceramic belts are really made to be ran really, really fast. So at those fast speeds, they perform a lot better and they actually work. Like they actually break down the grit as they wear. Because normally when you're using them, they kind of just glaze up a little bit and become useless. So I'm getting a little bit more life out of them for like rough grinding and stuff. It's a little terrifying running this thing at 80 hertz because this whole thing, like this little thing just starts shaking like crazy. It does it, but yeah, interesting. So I'm playing around with that, and I'm really happy just having this set up here. It's saving time, which is a really important thing. And Wilmot's still kicking ass, all that good shit. Got a second bucket for this eventually. Good, keep all the dust contained, sort of. Kind of works, not really. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, here's the mill. Gave it a bit of a clean after I did all the cutting. You've got these bullshit little chips. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm definitely not a machinist, so I'm assuming that's pretty bad. I've blew chips off it. I mean, the cutter wasn't very hot, and the piece wasn't hot, so I guess it's okay. Essentially, I'm saying I have no bloody clue what I was doing, which is, yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no clue what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to contain this better because those chips I basically just fired a whole bunch of needles across the workshop, and I'm finding them everywhere. But I got it done, and I learned a little bit about this machine, and I'm getting slowly more confident with it. I'm still a bit of a pussy with this machine. Like, I'm not using it anywhere near its capabilities. Like, I do pretty much zero CNC stuff with it. This is basically like a very fancy manual machine. So eventually I'd like to get just trained up in this, learn this, maybe just find a course or something on CNC, because this is just when I got it I thought I'd have time, but I'm constantly working. I just don't have the time to set aside to figure this thing out, which isn't great. I really should invest some time into learning CNC. That would make my life a lot easier. But yeah, problems. Heat treating over here. This thing's just heating up, and we're going to be heat treating this. It's actually a collaboration between me and Metal Monkey Knives. I met up with the guy on the weekend, and he was forging this thing out, and he wasn't really happy with the shape. He was using a rolling mill, and he kind of did a weird sort of an S sort of a shape with it. And he thought, oh shit, I don't like this. It's not really a great kitchen knife, because that's really what he does, kitchen knives and stuff. And I just looked at it and thought, that's great. I could make like a tactical sort of artsy-fartsy sort of knife out of it. So that's what's happening. This is 1084 steel. And I've been going through the annealing cycle, not the annealing cycle, the stress relief cycle on this pretty much all day, because I'm terrified of this thing just bananaing on me in heat treat. Because this is pretty thin stuff. It's 2 point something mil. So yeah, that makes me nervous. So we'll see what happens. I've normalized the crap out of this, so hopefully it stays sort of straight. Because the last thing I want is this thing just to come out looking like a taco. Because that's a lot of fixing, and I don't really like that. Fixing warps is not a fun day. So yeah, we'll see how that goes tonight. I think the oven's pretty much up at temperature now. So you can see it is hot as hell in there. Can cook a pizza in like 2 seconds. Not that I've tried. So yeah, not a lot to talk about really. Just working on stuff, getting stuff done. Melbourne Knife Show's coming up, and I'd love to have some folders there. I don't know if that's going to happen. I've got, again, a lot of shit to do between orders and show stuff. I don't know if I can get some folders out, but we'll try. Yeah, this could be interesting. But yeah, so this could be interesting. Looking forward to getting this thing finished. I'm going to cut up some G10 for this tonight. It's too late to use the angle grinder, so probably just going to have to change roll it, you know, caveman style, really get that amateur level shit going. If I remember right, I've got to go check, but I'm pretty sure he wants orange G10, so orange G10, black liners, and I reckon I'm going to anode the beads, the liners on this thing as well, so you have kind of an orange and bluish, darkish bluish kind of combo going on. I reckon that thing will look badass. Anyway, so I've got to go back to work. Enough procrastinating. Time to make some G10 dust. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.